Okay, hi, I'm Ewan from bizcrowd, and I'm joined today in our very, very, very first bizcrowd hangout or I'm joined by Matt from Influence Agents. Matt, hello.
Hi, Ewan.
Now, Matt, could you? We're going to be talking about social media today, and could you give a brief overview of Influence Agents? What are you doing?
So we help small business owners, primarily in the professional services industries, to get more higher volumes of leads, more targeted leads as well within their business, and how to improve their customer loyalty and various aspects of their sales and marketing using social media and inbound marketing techniques. Basically, the whole digital marketing gambit.
Gotcha. No, and we're talking about SMEs or small businesses. I think social is a really an interesting challenge because I think it can unlock a lot of opportunities. So that's what I think we want to talk about briefly here. But could
Yeah.
you could you run us through perhaps some assumptions or really the mistakes that SMEs are making when they're either thinking about social media or actually doing it? What do you see as the biggest mistakes you see from these guys?
I think a couple of the real basic mistakes are that people think if they have a social media presence of any kind, they think they can jump onto Facebook, get themselves a page for their business, get a Twitter account, get a LinkedIn company page, and it's almost like a tick in the box that when they've got those things, that all of a sudden the opportunities are just going to arrive at their door. Don't get me wrong, it's great. You've got to be there. You've got to have a ticket to win the lottery.
Right.
But there's so much more that's involved. You've got to create these customer journeys in your business so that you actually make it stick and you actually generate something from it. One of the other mistakes is just looking at the wrong kinds of metrics in the business. So they'll go out and say, we need more followers, we need more fans, we need more engagement even, those who are a bit
Right.
more mature in their thinking about
Right.
social media. But in fact, it's quite often they'll go into social media not thinking about, is this going to generate more business from me? Is it going to get more people talking? Is it going to improve the customer satisfaction levels? Because we all know social media is a great customer service tool. And so what's the real difference it can make in your business? I think applying the right focus is key.
Right, and because I love your point about followers. Just I need as many as possible, typically what I think we all feel. But could you give some examples of what are the real opportunities to use social media in business? And I think it might be quite clear if you're well, I don't know. Is it clear if you're a bakery or if you're a flower shop or if you manufacture mugs? I mean, I think it must be quite difficult to know how to apply this to all sorts of different businesses. What's your view?
Yeah. Well, I think that social media for many businesses means more traffic when it's used right. I think it's distribution effectively. It's the new distribution in the digital age. Now that it's drilled into us that we need to be creating content and positioning ourselves and our business as the kind of go-to resource in our industry. And what it does, it allows us to extend our reach. That's when the followers and the fans and the engagement do really come into it. And we can get more people seeing the content that really positions us as the go-to people in that industry. When it comes down to the kind of the widgets, the real kind of products that are on sale, and the e-commerce sites and the retailers, and also the local businesses who require footfall through the shop, it's really about just creating that traffic, getting more people talking, and showcasing what it is that you do best. But key, I think, is getting your differentiators across, because there are so many businesses out there representing themselves online, and they tend to just be a bit grey. They're all saying the same things. They think it's a differentiator to have great customer service and to be providing guarantees and to be the cheapest, and it takes more than that now. You've really got to take a bit of a risk and stand out from the crowd, do something different, and that's where social media can really help.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this particular challenging one, because I've been meeting a lot of bizcrowd users recently, and I think everyone gets the concept of social media can be powerful. But if you're take me back to the flower shop, for example, right? If I'm running a flower shop or a bakery or a mug manufacturer, these are rubbish examples. I know. I'm just trying to think fast. What kind of level of investment should I be making in terms of time? Because I think very easily you can lose hours doing this on a daily basis, right?
Yeah, and it's that, I face the same question from business owners all the time. How much time is enough? How much time is too much? And there are a lot of people out there who would say, using social media just 15 minutes a day can make a real difference to your business. It might make a difference, but it's unlikely to make the kinds of difference that that you're really seeking within your business. It does take time. So I would say that the opportunities are to leverage technology. Let's face it, there's enough tools out there to help you to schedule messages. I'm not talking about automating the whole process and ignoring the conversational side of social media, because if you do ignore that, you're really not going to make any kind of difference at all. So you've got to be listening for the responses. You've got to be using it in a conversational way and mentioning others. But also, don't ignore the technology. You can automate and schedule a lot of the outgoing messages and showing people the content that you've created within your business, be it videos, be it blog posts, be it white papers and ebooks and whatever it might be. And we know that especially when it comes to local businesses and those that do have a product to sell, then you improve conversions when you've got a video demonstration of those products, and you can really get across the benefits of using that product over your competitors. So I think those are the opportunities. Leverage technology that's out there, but also put systems and processes around your use of social media so that you've got a repeatable set of instructions. And if you do have to hand off this responsibility to someone else in your business, an assistant, somebody who's doing your marketing for you, it's on your terms, it's consistent, it's sustainable, and also you can leverage somebody else's time that's worth perhaps a bit less than your own time is worth as a business owner or somebody high up in your business.
Right, because it can get really complicated very quickly, because especially if you want to control the message and you're not confident that others will do the job that you'd want them to do. So, but okay, so the top things that a business needs to address when developing a social media strategy. Now, I've got a hand on my face here, thinking, God, top things. Where do you? You've given us some great initial steps there, Matt, and things to look at, but things to keep in mind when you're developing this strategy. I mean, is it as simple as 5 minutes a day, say hello to everybody, say good morning, take a photo of the cafe, and then get on with your day? How do I begin that strategy? What points have you got for us?
Well, I've put together I've identified 6 key stages and 6 areas of strategy that businesses need to focus on. It begins with what I call noise reduction. Social media is a noisy place, but it's full of insights about your market. So listen to what people are saying about your industry, about your products and services, and then through your provision of service and product, really match the expectation. So know what the market wants first, and then produce what they're after. Second is about objectives. Set targets. Know what you want from it in terms of number of new clients, the number of new leads that you'll need to generate in order to get that number of clients, and then the amount of traffic to your site and the number of people coming through the door in order to generate that number of leads. So work backwards from what you want at the bottom line first. The third thing is tribes. Surround yourself with key influencers who speak to your target market online. There are people who build communities, who curate pages and groups online that have gone to a great deal of effort to build up a community. You can start from scratch by all means, but why do that when you can leverage the influence of somebody else? So create those joint venture relationships almost. Fourth is inbound. I mean, create the customer journeys so that when people do make inquiries, you've got the systems in place to back it up and to convert them into a paying client. So make sure that business element is there, ready and waiting for when the call does come. Then there's content. Obviously, focus on content that sets you apart from your competition. That is, stands you out from the crowd. That they can all be as grey as they like, but you've got to stand up and take a risk and be different. So create content that does that, be it videos, be it ebooks. You can even start your own TV show thanks to Google Hangouts like this. You could be online every week answering people's questions about your industry and become a thought leader to people. And then lastly, it's the evaluate stage. So measure everything. Use the analytics that you've got at your disposal and make sure that you know what works, what doesn't, and then obviously drop what doesn't work and focus on what does, and really continue to optimize your strategy so that it gets you the results that you're after.
Okay, like speaking in terms of results, very good point there. I mean, I like this kind of 6 steps you've outlined there. But could you, what, how should I be measuring my ROI? Because I think it's tempting to go, yes, yes, 1,000 followers,
Yeah.
and then the other viewers going, well, I haven't sold any shoes today. I haven't sold any flowers today. No one tweeted me saying they wanted to buy anything. So
Yeah.
therefore, social media is rubbish. I mean, that's perhaps not the right approach. So how would you advise small businesses you measure their return on investment on social?
Well, first of all, it's about knowing what it is that you want to measure. So put your focus on the right things. So put it on number of clients or customers or sales that you're making, the number of leads that you generate, the number of inquiries, and also traffic to your website. If that's key to your business, especially for e-commerce sites, but also anybody in professional services, consultancy, whatever it might be, traffic is important. So measure the things that really make a difference. Yes, by all means, keep tabs on your reach, the number of fans and followers, and the engagement stats, because that's a good lead indicator of what's going to happen further down the marketing funnel, if you like. But I think, and then make sure the tools are in place to be able to measure those key metrics. So you may have a CRM system, customer relationship management system, such as Salesforce or Act or something along those lines. But that's all very well. But and then a bit further up the funnel, think about the analytics. So Google Analytics is free for your website. You can learn a great deal about behaviors of visitors to your site. What are they reading? What are their key interests? Which of your pages and blog posts are really hitting home? So once you know that more people are interested in a particular topic, you can create more content that speaks to that desire. And then there are tools like Camperlist, CAMPALYST.com, which allows you to plug in your Twitter account and your Facebook page and your Google Analytics account so that you can measure the effectiveness of individual tweets, individual status updates on your Facebook page, and see which ones actually create the traffic and which ones to convert into new inquiries and new business for you. So we're at the point of where even small businesses can really start to determine what the return on investment is. I guess the last piece of that is knowing what your time is worth and how much time you're spending on social media. So you need to see what the cost is to you first of all.
Really, really useful. I was actually sorry if you thought I was looking away there. I was busy writing down Camperlist there. I haven't come across that. I'm going to look at that in 1 minute. Really, really useful. Now, can I just ask a final supplementary one, Matt? And that is, we're chatting on Google Plus here, or the platform we're fundamentally using is Google Plus, one social platform. There's Twitter and Facebook and an array of others. Is it right to say? I mean, how do you choose? Is it right to say, look, I'm only going to use Twitter. I'm only going to use Facebook. Just quickly, what's your perspective on where to start? What platform to start with?
There's an age-old marketing saying, which is "fish where the fish are." It's going to be different for every business. Your target market are going to be using a particular platform or a variety of different platforms as well. And I would say it's very tempting to go for the big networks. It's tempting to go for Facebook because they've got around about 1 billion active users. It's very tempting to go for Twitter because it's an open network, very easy to use, very accessible, and people can find you very easily. And LinkedIn, if you're in the professional context, you're looking for B2B contacts, then it's very easy to say that's for me. But do the research first. Find out where people are discussing your industry, your products and services, the keywords that you would associate with your business, and prove to yourself where they hang out. It may actually be niche forums and communities, message boards that you can jump into. And it's not so much about the volume of people who are available there, it's about the quality of the connections and the reaction when people talk. Do they actually take action when somebody mentions a particular product, service, story, piece of content? So, where are you going to get the best reaction? Where are you going to get the best results? That's what I would say.
Right, look, that's absolutely fantastic there, Matt. Now, just give us a quick reminder, where do we find out more about you? How do we get in contact with you?
Well, first of all, you can find me on bizcrowd, of course. Check out my profile there. Also, you can visit my site at influenceagents.com. We've got a blog there that I update with a number of articles on lead generation, traffic generation, and social media marketing. So hope you find it useful.
Listen, thank you so much indeed for taking the time. We'll put your links up. We'll do the post there, Matt. Really good of you. Catch you soon. And hopefully, maybe you can come back with give us some other perspectives soon.
I'd love to. Thanks very much, Ewan.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.